The city of Newberry is one of South Carolina's hidden gems, and within downtown, there's a little pocket that's rich with history and culture. The Wells Japanese Garden was built 95 years ago, and it's part of the National Register of Historic Places. Our Ava Bratz takes us there.
In small town South Carolina, a special garden was completely closed off to the public during World War II because there was extreme vandalism for its unique style. Let's meet the Newberry mayor to find out the history of the Wells Japanese Garden.
We're in Newberry, South Carolina, and we have a real gem here, Wells Japanese Garden. In 1930, a local young man who was an architect, he had been and studied at Cal Berkeley and seen the Japanese garden at the Golden Gate Bridge Park. He came back to his family land here in Newberry and designed a Japanese garden.
Just 10 years after the city of Newberry adopted the garden, this scenic gem was recognized and listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1980.
Well, people are proud of it. I mean, if you're from here, this is something as a child you probably went to, and we wanted to get back into the state that it was intended to be. And then it also attracts people from other places. We think it's one of the only Japanese gardens in South Carolina, and so people from other places get a little hint of Japan and a Japanese garden right here in small town South Carolina.
With authentic structures like their two temples with vibrant shades of orange, the Torii Gate marking the transition from the mundane to the sacred, a scenic moon bridge above the flowing pond, and a tea house nestled among native Japanese plants.
It really just makes a nice, peaceful place. People like to just come here and walk or sit or meditate or pray or whatever they'd like to do. And it's just a good place to relax and spend some time.
Marking almost 100 years since the garden's groundbreaking, its purpose has stayed true even through a world war, a space for reflection and meditation, and always free of charge, which is something that City Councilman Clay Smith says is what sets them apart.
Wonderfully unique park. I don't think anyone else in the state has a Japanese garden like this. And the city has done a good job in investing in these kind of things that make us a unique place. Things such as the Opera House and restoring that, which is they did a wonderful job with. And of course, this park here that we're in today.
And this has got to take so much meticulous work, keeping up the grounds from the native plants to the grasses.
It does, and again, well, this is one of those things the staff, I think, enjoy because it is something so unique to Newberry, and they take pride in it, and so we try to maintain it where it's something we can be proud of.
Well, to bring in tourism is important to grow, but also to treat your locals like they have a place they can experience, and this is a fun thing, you know, to see the fish here. What are some of your favorite parts of the garden here?
You know, the fish, it does attract a lot of birds. We have to do some kind of work to keep the birds from eating all our fish.
There
we
you
get a lot
go.
of herons that attracts. The herons themselves are beautiful though.
Yeah,
also.
all right, we'll see if we can get any fishies here. Well, I'm sure a busy work day, obviously you have a lot going on. Do you come here ever just to unwind, unplug, relax?
I do. I walk through, a number of our staff walk over, and we have fish food at City Hall, and they come and feed the fish quite often.
Good to know. Well, do you do any events here ever? I'm sure, like, I don't know, yoga in the Japanese park. That'd be pretty awesome.
We really don't plan or schedule events here. It's more of a passive park.
All right. Well, I'll talk to the city about that then.
Okay. That
I'd love to do something. All righty. And do you know what other kinds of species you see around here? I mean, I don't know. Are there turtles, frogs creeping around?
We do. We get a lot of aquatic life, the fish and the frogs and turtles, and again, herons. They love to come because they can feed off of our fish, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, sorry for the fish. It's cycle of life. Cycle of life.
It is.
Well, you know what I would want to do? I'd want to bring just like my paints and a book on tape and just kind of let nature take its course. We've got some fishies having a little snack there. Well, thank you so much for showing us around. We appreciate it.
A beautiful spot there. You can find Wells Japanese Garden at 1608 Lindsay Street behind Newberry City Hall.